Yeah, looks like they back for a fifth season, man.
Who that?
Sports Roundtable.
Who?
SRT Crew.
Whoa.
SRT, they got that realness flowing in they DNA. Damn you lame if you ain't tuned to SRT today. HO got that payload when he say so, what you betting on? Don't get mad at me on fantasy, break up Kyrie LeBron. I be smooth as sports superhero Hancock in the mix. Deal with roll tide forever, real talk, you know who he gon' pick. See where I be with SRT, behind the glass, that G-Money. Made with a strong, I never lose, 6-man elite, that's J Smooth.
All you other sports radio shows is fake news. Believe that. Turn up your radios, cause it's time for SRT Radio. Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? Yes, sir. What it is, what it ain't. It is time for Sports Roundtable. We are up in the building. Happy SRT Wednesday with you. And your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, sir. We got my main man, Coach, and we got my main man, Smitty, down at the bottom. We co-hosting together. Asa has a prior engagement. So Mr. Asa Brown would not be in tonight, but he gives all the SRT love and says that he want me to get Coach a message. Coach, the Steelers draft is horrible, is what he said to me.
He probably had a wine tasting contest. So what's hey, he probably say anything right about now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Alcoholic.
Yep. Well, anyway, we want to thank my main man Smith for coming on, man, at the last minute, man, coming through, man. I got to give Smith an opportunity to let people know that he's more than just a Falcons talk guy. He can talk amongst other sports as well, especially the Hawks. As we got E-Dub coming on about 7:30 to talk about the Hawks and what they would do and how they would do. But we'll see. I have my own thoughts about that. I think the NBA is. Why do we, the Atlanta people, always have to be the benefactor of how the sports entertainment industry is want to live by? Because we're always on the short end of the stick when it comes to that kind of stuff. Coach, in 4 games, you probably can see why I don't do anything or like anything about New York, especially the NBA office. I mean, simply put. But either way, we got a whole lot to talk about. Episode 472. 472. Coach, you got anything for 472 since you are a number guy? Since you was a number guy, at least for this part. But we know you wanted spelling bee in the 6th grade, but do you have anything for the numbers for 472?
Well, first of all, I had to say good evening to one Antoine Casanova Smith right down there at the bottom. I don't know. You see him this early? There must be a special show. There's got to be something going on. And 472, you could probably get to the That's one of the times that one of the young men ran at the combine. I know someone running 4.72s. That's what I ran in the 10. So I was running, I was rolling.
You ran a 4.72, Coach?
In the 10, yeah. I got a slow start, but I picked it up.
My main man in. You picked it up after a while?
Yeah, I picked it up.
My main man, Smith, what's going on, Smith? Thanks for joining us really, really early this morning. I mean, today. How was your day? How was your week? And we'll go get into the Falcons, but have the grades gone up yet? Has the grades gone out about the Falcons draft? I sent you the rookie numbers, and I'm like, yeah, you probably already got this, but
yeah, I had those.
To show you that you're always on my mind.
Yeah, man. the grades, Mel Kiper, his grade came out. I did a reaction video on that. I seen a couple of grades. None of them were pretty. None of them were good. We'll get into it in a minute, but none of them were good. But me, honestly, I've had a great week so far, and I actually love what the draft had to offer. I not only followed the Falcons, I just took a watch it what every team was doing, and might I say, Cleveland Browns and Las Vegas Raiders both had pretty good drafts.
Smitty said that. In the world?
Can you hear me?
I see
I
that.
think you freeze.
You have answered the coach,
Somebody froze.
Smitty.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, you straight now. You had froze up.
Did I freeze up?
Yep.
All right, I think I'm back. Am I back now?
Yes, sir.
All right, Smitty, do you have anything to report on the Steelers before we get into our hot news?
Not right now. That only that Aaron Rodgers signed a exclusive tag. They would pay him 10% more than what he made last year. So that number's around 15 million. But honestly, I hope he'll just go on and ride off into the sunset. I'm tired of the drama after all these years.
Coach, what that mean? You right there with him?
Man,
Or you telling Aaron Rodgers goodbye?
I thought the negotiating was like an episode of SWAT. He holding them hostage, and I wonder when the negotiations is like he holding them hostage, baby, and they acquiescing his demands. He like I'm a quarterback. I got y'all. I'm gonna try to help y'all.
Hey, Coach, listen to you using your SAT words. Acquiesce. I hear you, Coach. Go ahead now. I bet you. Can you spell it though?
Yeah, that's a big word to spell now. Acquiesce. Oh Lord, acquiesce. ACQ. IESECE. Not SCE, I mean.
You already used it in the sentence, so I ain't gonna ask you to do that. But that is a tough word to spell, though, right?
Yeah.
But at least you know what it means.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my first SAT words that my godmother taught me. She said, "I'm just gonna acquiesce to to what you want to do."
She started you out pretty tough. Okay.
Yeah, I said, "Huh?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna give in to you." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, can I get some lunch money then?"
Right.
But HO, I learned acquiesce in kindergarten, so I'm ahead of you. So
I understand, Coach.
I don't want in trouble.
You probably were doing a whole lot more than what we were doing in kindergarten as well. So,
oh yeah, facts.
Down there in the Mississippi, the MI cricket letter. Yeah.
I'm gonna end that stereotype.
But listen, Coach, I've always wanted to ask you this: how did Madison Booker get out of the state of Mississippi and go all the way to Texas?
Well, at the time, there was probably some folk. Her coach, I don't know if they were bidding her off or something, but Texas, you know the Texas coach he is, right?
I know of him. I don't know anything about him.
Vic Schaefer, who used to coach at Mississippi State. So he has some ties. So he came in there and swooped right in there and said, and took out. And before the Mississippi folk could blink eye, because Mississippi State, Ole Miss, I don't know the whole story. I don't know how they didn't get to her. I don't know if they put in a bid, but Vic said, I got to get her to Texas. He knew of her. He been in Mississippi. So,
well, I do understand. Well, with that being said, Coach, we're gonna go ahead and talk about a little the NFL draft and a little this and a little that. And we'll jump into some hot news.
Blazing. Hot. Scorching. On fire. Red hot.
This is why I'm hot.
It's the Sports Roundtable Hot News.
Yeah, you already know the hot news sponsored by Big Easy Grill, 1193 Collier Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Big Easy Grill, the best Louisiana seafood spot in town. Make sure you get on over to Big Easy Grill. Take 2 bites of one shrimp. Take 2 bites to get rid of one shrimp. And Coach, you already know, red beans and rice are all the way off the chain. Just no cornbread, but I think that's coming, Coach. I think we put in the bid to get some cornbread with that red beans and rice. Also, the crab claws and the catfish bites are also wonderful. Make sure you mention SRT and Sports Round Table. Any meal is $25 or more.
Hey, Joe.
And we got Miss Monique checking in. What's up, Miss Monique? She's checking in all the way from the Louisiana, so she understands about the Big Easy Grill, the Louisiana food. And
what city?
I think she'll answer that. I can't remember, but she has a son that goes to UNL on the baseball team. The Raging Cajun, baby. Yes, sir. He's in Lafayette. I do know that.
Yeah, we played them when I was in college. Played them on TV.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Mr. Noah Lewis should be just probably tipped off in the first inning here. I think they playing at 6:00 Central Time as University of Louisiana Lafayette. The Raging Cajuns are playing. I can't remember who they playing, but they're playing somebody. And let me take this SRT fun bag thing down because we're not in the fun bag right now.
Not time yet.
We're in the hot news. There we go.
Here
All
it
right,
is,
fellas. Huh?
Here it is. Madison Booker committed to the University of Texas in 2022 due to a long-term recruiting relationship with head coach Vic Schaefer. He recruited since the 7th grade.
Oh, no wonder she got out of there. Okay.
Yeah, 19.7 rebound, boy. She the truth.
Yeah. Coach, she the one. He been recruiting her ever since the 7th grade. So yeah.
Yeah, back when he was at Mississippi State. He said
now
that
we know. Now we know.
Yep. There's
what up, Dez? What's happening? All is well. What's happening?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this hot news. The draft is over with and it's done. Coach, I'm gonna start with you. Your biggest takeaway from the draft.
Unbelievably, I had to reverse my thoughts on. I talked about Sonny Styles, but I got to look at Caleb Downs going to Dallas. Ooh, Dallas got a steal and got them a D right. They addressed the defense right there when they got him, and they're gonna be tough in that secondary with him back there patrolling because he's a quarterback back there running that defense, and the one everybody probably gonna be looking at. Ruben Bain going to Tampa Bay. Bain had that look in his eyes like, I'm going to make all y'all pay for not drafting me. Y'all just get ready. Stay tuned. All you teams who just skipped over me and I thought I was going to be on the radar, but I'm not. I got something for you coming up in the next season. So, yeah, those two right now stand out.
All right, Smitty, your biggest takeaway.
The biggest surprise, I would say, probably, well, it ain't no surprise to me because if you look at the dynamic of what's going on with the Rams, with Matthew Stafford being 38 years old, them taking a quarterback in the first round. A lot of people didn't agree with that, but y'all got to remember who the coach is. It's Sean McVay. Sean McVay is a master teacher of offense. he knows how to get the best out of quarterbacks. I was surprised when he traded Jared Goff, but after you look at it, that was Jeff Fisher's pick. He wanted the guy that he wanted. He went out and got Matthew Stafford, ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I think he drafted him at the right time. So down the road, you don't have to worry about a quarterback. Do it early, let him, groom up under Matthew Stafford, and just move forward. But the Rams, a lot of people were surprised by that pick, but I kind of wasn't. Another one was the Giants. Man, they had 2 first-round picks. I was surprised they passed on Caleb Downs, like Coach said. Arvell Reese to me was more of an edge, and they already have 2 superstars at that. I mean, you can they still have Kayvon Thibodeaux, so that was kind of a surprise. I kind of thought they were going to go Cornell Tate, number 5, if he had fallen. But yeah, I mean, it was a couple of surprises in the draft. But other than that, it kind of went how I pictured everybody drafted for need and depth.
Now, explain to me how a Ruben Bain get picked after a Ty Simpson. I mean, the talent just, I don't think it's comparable. But then when you look at it and Coach was just talking about how the relationship was with Madison Booker and the Texas coach. From what we hear, Ty Simpson's father has a good relationship and a close relationship with Les Snead of the GM of the LA Rams, and handshake deal took place as he was consulted whether Ty Simpson should even come out or go back to school. And he said he advised him to come on out, and now we see why.
Yeah, it's always a plan, man, in the back room. We just don't never know the terms and conditions of things. But reports were he was offered $6 million to return to school. That's a good piece of change. That's more than his rookie contract. Yeah, they, sometimes they had a lot of teams have things worked out because if you looked at that Eagles pick in the final round, is a guy that nobody ever heard of, had a freakish athlete, and he had to work out. And, they already had everything set up for him to go in Philadelphia. So, with some of these picks, they already have, know who they want. They go out and get them. And it just happens like that in relationships. Is everything in the workforce. That's in the regular 9-to-5 job. So, his dad's a coach, so he got ties to everywhere and knows people. So, he was set from the jump. That's why he was comfortable coming out, and he knows in the right spot, he'll make that money back down the road. So, it is what it is.
The next thing, Sean McVay actually didn't look enthused about the draft pick when they showed the press conference of him.
Well, I mean, you answered your own question. it was a relationship that would let Snead pick.
Now, does that mean that Sean is going to go all in to make sure that Ty Simpson will be the quarterback of the future going forward?
Yeah. If he wants to keep his job, he will. Look, sometimes you're only good as what you handed. Like if somebody else goes shopping for the groceries, if you're good enough to coach that player, make him succeed, go for it. It make you look better in the end as a coach. But I guarantee you, he was probably looking at one of those guys next year. But hey, it is what it is. But if he get the best out of Ty Simpson, hey, it look like a genius move at the end of the day. If not, hey, they just move on. But he has a year up under Matthew Stafford, to get everything together. So when he take over possibly next year in 2027, he'll be ready to go.
Does this signify a retirement for Matthew Stafford with this pick? Does it signify a retirement coming? Does it hint to a Matthew Stafford, the end of the road is coming? Are they pushing him out, or Matt has already informed him that this possibly could be his last year?
I think it's time. I'm actually surprised he didn't retire after the Super Bowl, to be honest. What else did he have to prove? You know, his wife has had health issues, the last 10 years. So I mean, he probably had to start worrying about her down the road. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think he should have retired right after the Super Bowl. Went out with Aaron Donald, to be honest. But hey, he was on the contract, and hey, he's got his, make retirement money, because that's what it is at this point. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't already retire.
Coach, what you think, Coach?
I mean, what they always tell you, go out on top. That's what
Exactly.
right there. Go out on top and shut it down. I mean, at certain points, you don't have anything else to prove. You reach the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Why do something to tarnish your legacy?
Agreed. Yeah.
Well, I got somebody in the back room that want to comment on that Ruben Bain talk. So we go let him come on in. Let's talk Ruben Bain, because he is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. And he probably heard us talking about this football.
Wait a minute.
He came on in here early just to see what we was talking about. Yeah, we talked about Ruben Bain going after Ty Simpson, and we thought that was like the most ridiculous thing ever. But it fell straight in your lap, E-Dub. So just got to ask you, how did you feel getting Ruben Bain after losing? What's that linebacker that y'all that retired? David?
Yeah,
David.
David.
So how are you feeling right now?
Oh man, it was. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It sometimes blessings fall to you, sometimes they don't. And I didn't think that he was gonna be there, but he fell to us, and I was politely excited about it, man. So sometimes the draft is like that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes players rise, sometimes players fall. But we're excited about it, and we're gonna take care of them down there in Tampa.
There you go. Well, give me your thoughts on the draft. What was some of your surprises, or what stood out the most to you?
Oh man, well I tell you what, man, I was really kind of similarly focused on what my Bucks were going to do, and I was very happy what we did with the first 2 rounds. We needed a middle linebacker, we needed an edge rusher, and they addressed those 2 concerns, and I was excited about it, man. I never really have too much expectations when it comes to the draft, because once you've been doing this for a while, you kind of nothing really surprises you. Like I'm never really surprised by the draft. Like even when last year when Shedeur was dropping, like nothing surprises me, because I always go in expecting the unexpected. So like nothing really surprised me. It was just kind of like, business as usual. That's how the NFL draft operates.
So I got a question for the whole panel. Would I be petty if I pulled up Ty Simpson numbers in college and try to figure out how did he go in the top 15, and I pull up Shedeur Sanders stats in college, trying to figure out how he go in the 5th round? Would I be petty in doing that, or
don't even do it, because we already know the answer to it.
Okay,
we know. We know the answer to it. Go ahead.
Just wanted to kind of put that on their mind, though, because
oh man,
33 touchdowns to 3 interceptions to 23 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. But once again, the relationship counts.
Yep,
the relationship counts.
Absolutely.
So let's move on into this second thing that we got to talk about. E-Dub, I'm glad you jumped on in here, because we got to talk about this game about the Hawks coming back home for game number 6. What are we looking at? How we're looking? What are your thoughts on how the series is going so far? What do we need to do to get this thing back to the ungrateful of the New York City Knickerbockers?
The series is kind of going like I expected. In the beginning, I said the Knicks will probably win in 6. They are the better team. They have the best player on the court, which is Cat. They've been the aggressor. They play better defense. They play better offense. And Atlanta's got 2 games. And like, I know fans are upset and they're like, what's going on? But the Hawks are losing to a better team. Like, they're losing to a better team.
Pretty much.
They're just not ready yet. They're not ready yet. And this might even hamper the rest of our discussion. But last night on my podcast, I said this. If I were to tell you that at the beginning of the season, the Hawks would make the playoffs, they'll be out of the play-in, they would give it their best against the Knicks, they would take them 6 or 7 games, would you take that? And they would probably trade Trae Young. They would probably trade Porzingis. 95% of Hawks fans would sign up for that. And I said, you can be happy with the ride, but there has to be a reality of understanding once you've hit the ceiling. And I think that the Hawks have hit their ceiling for this year. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is their ceiling. They might be able to work a little magic and prolong a little bit longer, taking them to game 7. But I think the ceiling is giving it your best against these Knicks. And that's just the reality of the situation.
All right, Smith, I want to get your thoughts in on that. Just to let folks know that you're not just a Falcon guy, that you do cover all sports. Give me your thoughts on what's been going on and what you look forward to in game 6 as they bring it on back to the ATL.
E-Dub nailed it, man. He's absolutely right. The better team is winning right now. And I knew going into the series in the front court, that was going to kill us the most. And it showed most the last 2 games. After they figured that part out, they took advantage of it, kept going on runs, and we were good in transition. They good in the half court game. So they had it to where they started playing to their strength with the big front court. And look, Atlanta, like he said, they're still growing. And they actually need, to me, another superstar player, another scorer, and I think they'll be straight because E-Dub, correct me if I'm wrong. If you look at their starting lineup right now, if they had at least one more superstar, at least 2 of those players would be 6 men or on the bench. And that's, to me, Dyson Daniel and NAW. So when you look at what they're getting out the backcourt, they're overachieving because, to me, Dyson is a 6-man and Nall is a 6-man, and both of them are great defensive players, and that's what they come off the bench to do the best, to keep you in the game and give you occasional bucket or 2. They're not meant to start. When the Hawks get a true point guard and a true center, it'll take this team to the next level. And they're really showing our deficiencies and showing the front office what they need to do this offseason to go do and get those 2 positions fixed. And maybe next year we'll be having a different discussion because Double O, to me, he's a 6-man because yes, he has long arms, he can block shots and he can rebound. He's worked on his mid-range, but at the same time, when he go up against bigger guys, it shows. Look at Cat, look at Mitchell Robinson. So yeah, it's just simple things that they have to fix. And one of them is go get a true point guard and go get a big man, to compete with these other guys such as a Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and guys like that. Until they fix these deficiencies, we'll keep seeing these problems. And to be honest, I think JJ, to me, I think the spotlight is too big for him right now. He's still young, he's still growing, but once he gets it all together, you'll see that regular season JJ next year because this is a learning experience and it's something that they needed. So yeah, I think they'll grow, but it's going to take time.
All right, Coach, what you got for me?
Well, listening to E-Double Dribble, letting you know what's going on, the Hawks expert, he just basically telling you like it is. They just not at that point where they can compete with those teams that are playoff tested. Hawks are not. The play-in game is cute. You got in the playoff this year, so it's basically baby steps. So next year, I ain't counting them out this series yet. I ain't putting the squash on them yet because they may come in Atlanta and steal one and then take it back to game 7. But they are achieving what they need to achieve. But is one player I just don't can't really vibe with, and that's Okongwu. He gets overmatched sometimes. And it's not his fault, but it's just who they put him up against. He gets a little worn down. The Hawks, like Smitty said, need to go after somebody that's got some size. You need to steal somebody, a big dude, and put him in that lineup, because you used to have him back in the day with the and I'll say his name with all reverence, the controversial Tree Rollins back in the day, who didn't let nothing come in that middle, and Dikembe, those kind of guys were in the middle, keeping all that stuff out of it. I think they just need a big man to clean some of that stuff up, like the alien, Wembanyama, who people need to realize he's not from planet Earth. Just gonna call it what it is. He's from another planet, because don't know got to do what he does, and from planet Earth. So they just need a big man.
Yeah.
Oh, Coach, you broke that thing all the way down, huh?
Well, you got 2 experts right here on that particular sports. I got to try to fit in some kind of way. I got to slide some expertise in there. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. I didn't see it at first, E-Dub. That a golden microphone. You got to always recognize the golden microphone, without a doubt.
Of course.
It lets you know.
Smitty got one too. Smitty got the blue.
They got all kind of colors on it.
Were they passing them out at the Hawks game or something?
No.
Hey, Joe. Well, when you are experts in
All right,
your
listen.
field,
My only problem is this. This is my only problem. I don't have a problem with the Hawks because I know they're not ready. I know JJ is he's learning on the curve at this moment. And just like I posted last night, CJ too old to be missing free throws like you're missing though. You're too old to be missing free throws and trying to show the young guys how to play the game, and that bothers me. But if the Knicks are the better team and we can see it, why do the referees have to go into this thing where they just obviously cheat and do everything, or seemingly give them all the calls? How do you shoot 34 free throws to 17 free throws in the playoff game that we're trying to fight back from? Even at home, in Atlanta, they shot more free throws than we did. So that's the only problem I have, and that's an NBA issue. There's no way that the NBA is going to allow the Atlanta Hawks to play Boston in the second round, because they feel like it's not going to be enough eyes on that game. But if the Knicks are a better team, don't take it from us. Let us lose fair and square is all I'm saying, because it is, and some of those calls are just obvious, especially the challenges that we did. I think in the game 3 where they called a foul on CJ, and he was nowhere near the jump shot, the jump shooter, and they called a foul, and when you look back at the replay, it was like, how did you miss that? So those are the issues that I have. If the Hawks are not ready and they still young and it's their first playoff berth since 2021, yeah, okay, that's cool, but don't take it from us though, fellas.
But HO, like I said earlier, a lot of this comes back to what me and E-Dub said. When you don't have no one patrolling the paint, blocking shots and getting rebounds, it makes it hard for any of the guards or the wing players to penetrate and get to the hole. and you the two Carl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, when they in the paint, what do the Hawks do? Shoot mid range or shoot threes. They're scared to go in the paint because they know they fear getting blocked. Think about it. Am I right, E-Dub? When
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like there is something to the fact of the Knicks being able to protect the paint at a elite level. Mitchell Robinson and Cat is an elite combo that you have down there. You know, I will say the officiating has been god awful. Like Jalen Johnson got literally pushed down to the ground last game, and the ref just looked at it. The officiating has been awful. It has been one-sided, but you got to overcome that. Like, you just got to overcome that, you know, and it has been. So I think that two things can be true, that the officiating has been rough, and that has affected the Hawks' tenacity, because when they try to meet the tenacity of the Knicks, they're not allowed to do it because they're getting called for fouls. Meanwhile, the Knicks are doing whatever they want to do. However, you are shooting yourself in the foot because you're not hitting free throws. You're shooting 25% from three-point range. Like, your offense is stagnant. Like, you still got to go to the paint, though.
Yeah.
Even though they're down there, go to the paint, try to pick up a foul, you know? And so there's rooms around it, but like I will agree with your fact that the officiating has been god awful, but that's not the reason they're down 3-2.
All right, Coach.
Hey, Joe,
You got
13 or 42? 13 or 42 from the three-point line, and you going to win a game? Heck no.
No. No way.
42 three-pointers?
Now, E-Dub, I want to ask, is this because the Hawks players are not ready, or the Hawks coaches are not ready for this stage?
I'd just say both. I think they've been out coached. I think that Mike Brown, who some folks don't know, Quinn Snyder used to be on Mike Brown's staff, you know?
Yep.
So this is kind of like a mentor-mentee thing, you know? And so I think that he is getting the best of Quinn Snyder. I do also think that Quinn Snyder only has so many options he can throw out there. You know, the loss of Jock Landale was a huge loss. And so you don't really have a backup center. And so you're throwing either Mo Gay, who is not a center, or Tony Bradley, who is just a guy you picked up of the scrap heap before you went into the playoffs. So what is Quinn supposed to do? He's only got really two options. He could throw the rookie out there. He could throw Asa Newell out there, but it's going to be barbecue chicken because he's not a defensive center. So I do think he's been out coached, but I think he's doing kind of the best of what he has with the guys that he has. I would have liked to see more creative lineups. I would like to not see Corey Kispert. I would like not to see certain lineups with Tony Bradley. But like, that's just kind of semantics. But I mean, he's doing the best that he can. But I think that he is getting out coached.
Absolutely.
How much of a difference would Jack Landale, in your opinion, would have made if he would have been healthy throughout this series?
The Hawks would probably still be losing 3-2, but it wouldn't be the distance wouldn't be as much, I believe. I think he would be a tremendous wild card. A big body like Jack Landale who knows how to play center, who is a center. So I'm going to push back a little bit on the Onyeka Okongwu. I kind of like Onyeka Okongwu. I think an Onyeka Okongwu is a good center. I think that he works, but I think Onyeka Okongwu only works if you have a big to back him up. Whereas where he goes to the bench, you can come in with a guy who's 6'11", 7 foot. I think that's the only way you can use a guy like Onyeka Okongwu. I like what he brings to the table. He can guard on the perimeter. He can shoot on the edge. He can do a lot of good things. But I think for Onyeka Okongwu to work, you got to have a big backing him up, and they don't have that right now.
Zach Ricochet, we haven't seen nor heard from him in this series other than the quickest 3 missed shots in playoff history. And he goes back to the bench. So I'm just trying to figure out what is he doing and why is he. I'm just trying to figure out what's Zach the number 1 overall pick. May I add? He's falling into this category
Zachary,
of possibly being the biggest bust in Atlanta Hawks history.
I kind of look at Zach with a little bit of grace. I look at Zachary Ricochet, and I don't always attach it to him being the number 1 pick because there's a stigma that comes along with that. He's a young player that is going to have to learn. That's who he is. Now, he got thrust into that number 1 pick because, he came out in a weak draft and they drafted him number 1. And so that kind of is what he is. And so I'm still higher on Zach than most. Obviously, coach doesn't necessarily trust him in the playoff situation right now. And to be honest, I don't think that's that big of a deal. They might deal him next year, and that's just what it is. And he was never going to be number 1 pick guy. He was never going to be he was never going to be LeBron. He was never going to be insert number 1 pick guy here. He was never going to be that. And so if you looked at him and thought that he was going to be that, you're wrong from the jump. He was never going to be that guy. He's just the young guy who was drafted a little bit high in a weak draft. He has some skill sets that are still of value. And, the Hawks got a decision on what they want to do with him. They can try to move off of him and try to get some assets or still invest in him and see if he can become a rotational player, which I thought that's what he was the whole time.
Agreed. And you got to think, too, that was a Landry Fields pick. The times were just totally different when he was drafted. If you ask me if he's drafted while Quinn Snyder's coach in that same draft, I'm probably looking at Donovan Clegan because what are we talking about right now? We need a big man.
Yeah.
And what does Quinn coach the best? Defense. When he was in Utah, what did he have? Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert has been one of the best defensive players in the league for a while. So until he gets a guy like that to set his defense up and, make his team run like it's supposed to, I mean, Zach is just never going to get a chance up under him. Like E-Dub said, he just doesn't fit with what they do. Now, if they can invest in him and turn him around, because to me, he signifies what is known as Euro ball. He's a swing man that can play a little bit of point, bring the ball up the court. He can even create his own shot. Catch and shoot is not his thing, and that's what they've been using him for. He can create his own shot, shoot from the perimeter. That's his game. Until, they learn that, to me, and like he said, they'll invest in him, but to me, it'll never fit. It just won't. It's just not his game.
All right, so now I got the banner. We got the Falcons and Hawks report all at the same time with Smith and E-Dub. So, good way to do it, good way to think. And I do have to ask this before we get to some of this Falcons stuff. E-Dub, if Stephon Castle is doing what he's doing in San Antonio, same draft as Zachary Ricochet, Hancock been calling and hollering, said that this was the biggest mistake that the Hawks made. Didn't draft Stephon Castle, but under the leadership and coaching that we've had, do we still see this same Stephon Castle under the coaching that we've had in Atlanta? In your opinion?
Oh man, that's a lot of what ifs. That's a lot of what ifs. And I don't like to even deal in what ifs in that situation because once you get to 2 or 3 what ifs, you can go down. Then by the time you get to analyzing it, you done got to 5 or 6 what ifs. I don't know, man. Like Stephon Castle is a good ball player. I thought he was going to be good. I didn't think he was going to be that good. It does help playing beside a cyborg like Victor Wembanyama. Like that does help the situation. Like you put Zachary Ricochet in San Antonio, and I'm sure you got a different player, you know? And so I think the what ifs are a dangerous conversation. Hindsight is always 2020. You can do it with every draft. And so, I mean, I like the Stephon Castle kid, and I'll just leave it at that, man. I like the kid. I hope he does well. I hope he continues to do well in in San Antonio. And I think there's a place for Zachary Ricochet in this league. I don't know if it's with Atlanta. Sometimes it just takes players 3 to 4 years to figure it out, and that's fine. It's fine to be a good player in this league, you know. He just has that stigma of number 1 overall pick. That's not his fault. Like, shoot, like someone drive me number 1, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna take it too. You know what I'm saying? So, I think there's space for both players in this league, and I think they'll both be fine.
All right,
Yeah.
Smitty, you want to take a stab at that, or you gonna jump in the car with E-Dub?
I'm like E-Dub. You'll never get to the end of that. It's situational. Let's just leave it at that. He landed in the perfect situation in San Antonio. He's taking advantage of it, and we knew it wasn't going to happen in Atlanta because Trae Young was here. So yeah, it's a what if, like you said. It'll take forever to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, he landed in the perfect spot. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Coach, you want to take a stab at that?
Because like they both said, you'll get into a whole lot of drama. And like when you said he's the number 1 pick, what he did, then you start talking about what the number 1 pick to slap somebody, what number 1 pick to throw a basketball 90 feet in there and make a shot. You know what? You get all them what ifs. They lead to speculation. You know that word that kills all coaches. Potential. You don't want to go there, so I'll stay in the car.
But the crazy thing about it, before we go on, the thing that surprised me the most is how well we run transition, and that's something that I think Zach should adapt to very well with his skill set. For some reason, it just never happens. I don't know why.
True that. All right, now let's jump into some of this Falcon stuff. Smitty, the draft is over. You say the grades are up. Let's hear what your thoughts about the Atlanta Falcons and their draft picks. They end up getting 6 instead of 5 picks. So your thoughts on what the Falcons did and everything from this past draft.
Started from the first, going to the last. Very first pick, Avion Terrell. And I told y'all a couple of weeks ago on the show, y'all actually asked me about Avion. And I said Avion to me was a top 20 pick. And I was going to stick by that. But guess what? Injury happened, hamstring, pro days, all of that. Ends up dropping out of the first round, surprisingly still. And Chris Johnson went before him. But Chris Johnson, to me, is probably one of the better corners in the draft. But Avion fell to the second round, which was a steal at 48. They got it to me, sort of like what they got in Xavier Watts last year, who slid all the way down to the third round. Guy that's technically sound, very good instincts, and at his size, 5'9", can set the edge, good in man of press. Love that pick. Then you go to 79, you get a game breaker, a vertical threat, which you needed forever. And Zachariah Branch, and also a special teams guy. So that's a 2-for-1. Then you go to the third round. Who was there? I'm sorry, the fourth round. Who was there fourth round? I think it was Cruz. Was it
Oklahoma?
Daniel? Yeah, Kendall Daniels. He's sort of a hybrid type player. He can play a safety role, he can play a linebacker role, he can play an edge role. And it's sort of like what we got in Divine Diablo right now. So to me, that was a home run pick, and they're really replacing him, replacing Caden Ellis with a guy that plays similar to how he does. Younger guy, more speed. He can, play. He can cover wide receiver, slot receivers, and running backs and tight ends. So in that aspect, I like that pick. Then you look at sixth round pick, Harold Perkins. To me, this was the steal of the draft because as I remember doing study on Harold Perkins just 2 years ago, he was coming off another 70 tackle season, getting after the quarterback, cover guy. And to me, he reminds me a lot of Deion Jones, who we drafted exactly 10 years ago, coming out of the same school at LSU. So the linebacker room needed a lot of work. And I think drafting both of those linebackers, I think it was a home run. And the pick of the offensive tackle from Ohio State, he's going to be a developmental guy. He's about 6'8", about 335. To me, I think Bill Callahan has a clean slate to work with him. And I actually like that pick, and I think it's going to work out for the best. But the coaching staff that they put together this offseason and the defensive staff they have coming back from last season, if they can put it all together, I think this draft is going to be a home run in the long run. A lot of people didn't like the draft of who they drafted and why they drafted them. But as I analyzed it just a little bit more, I understood that they were drafting for need and the strengths of what they were trying to do. So in that aspect, I gave them a B+ on my a B- on my side because I didn't truly understand until I looked at it. But I stick in the B+ range because of need and the holes that they were trying to fill on the roster.
So I did get a question right before I came on.
Okay.
Is it illogical that the Falcons go out and sign a Cam Jordan since he played for our rivals?
He said he'll never play for the Falcons. He came out and said it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, but it's still other free agents out there. Jadeveon Clowney is out there. Guy that I'm looking at, I still think they need help at the defensive tackle position is and I'm sorry, I forgot that one. Antonio Thompson from Washington, who's one of the most athletic big men in this draft. They took him in the 6th round as well, and I think he could probably be a sleep in this draft. But DJ Reader, a veteran that's been around for a while, a big man, a space eater, something that the Falcons still need. If they want to spend money, I think he'll still be available. He's a little bit he's in his early 30s, but
that's the Lions, right?
DJ Reader played for the Texans last, I think.
The Texans, okay.
Yeah, so but a couple of free agents out there, and they've already said they could possibly look at 1 or 2 more. They have about $19 million in cap space, so we'll see how that turns out. But overall, with the draft, I actually I grew into studying. I studied and watched it, so I kind of grew into what they were trying to do, and I actually started to love it.
Okay.
A B, and you say and any other. So, do you think are we done with in the receiver room? Are we done, or are we still looking at receivers? Because I saw Jawan Jennings visiting the Vikings today.
As far as veterans, I think we're done. They brought in a couple of wide receivers, Vinny Anthony from Wisconsin, Malik Rutherford from Georgia Tech, 2 guys that I think are better for a position on the 53-man roster of the practice squad, 2 guys that I think can grow. They have one of the better wide receiver coaches in the NFL. So I think one of those undrafted guys can battle for a roster spot. Jahan Dotson, they brought him in. I think he'll be probably number 2 until Zachariah is ready. Then you look at Olamide Zaccheaus, a number 4, 5 type guy. Casey Anthony is another one. So I think one of those young guys is going to battle for those last couple of positions.
All right. So the next question was, how far has Michael Penix come along, and is he on schedule or ahead of schedule?
Nobody will really know until he hits that practice field come June. I'm gonna stick to that. I mean, that's the only way we all will know. When he comes out in June, and if he's ready for training camp or preseason, we'll know exactly where he is.
All right, let's flip back to the Hawks for a second. E-Dub, we praise Ansi for doing a heck of a job putting what he had together in this situation. We've heard CJ talk about he's tired of moving his family, so he likes Atlanta. What is the future for the Atlanta Hawks in your opinion? CJ is a free agent. Ricochet is not doing well. We've already signed Dyson, Okongwu, and Jalen. Where do you see the Hawks in the future? Where are we going with this?
You on mute.
You're on mute. There you go.
Well, shout out to Ansi, who actually finished second in the executive of the year for the moves that he made. Very well, very well. I thought that he actually should have won, but shout out to him, man. He's just done a great job. I trust in what he's about. You know, he's about not taking on bad contracts, getting value, taking risks, getting opportunity. Like the whole, I mean, he kind of took a little flack for the whole Luke Kennard trade. But folks forget, like he got some assets back. He got a draft pick back, you know. And if Luke Kennard wasn't going to be in your long-term plans, why not flip him and get an asset as opposed to just letting him go because he was on an expiring? I think that they are going to work to try to get CJ a deal short term, maybe 1 year and an option, maybe 2 years, something very team friendly. I think that that would be good if they re-sign him. I'm hearing that they like Kuminga. They would probably look to bring him back as well. I don't think you're gonna see any bad contracts. I just like because under his tenure, you haven't seen that. And so if you can bring JK back, bring CJ back, both of those guys on a team-friendly deal. I think with JK, I would do a 1 and an option 1 year, even if it's just picking up his option. You know what you got. See if you coach him up for a year. See what you got. If nothing, let him walk. You know what I'm saying? You bring those two guys back. You're probably going to have a top 10 draft pick. If you can bring in a young guy that somebody CJ can mentor, somebody that CJ can bring along, that's a plus. And you have money. You got a little bit of money to spend, so see what you got, you know? So I think that Ansi is going to be opportunistic, and I think he's going to make some good moves. Like, he's earned my trust. I trust in the moves that he's making.
Any big free agents that you – go ahead, Smitty.
I agree. I think Kuminga has to be long term, man. What he's done in the short term here on, a bad leg. If he gets healthy, I think he takes it to the next level because he didn't get a chance to show his true talent in Golden State, just like I talked about Nickeil Alexander Walker a couple of weeks ago. Once you give these kids a chance to show what they can do and they, just burst out, I think Kuminga and NAW next. So, like I said, all the Hawks need to keep doing it, adding the right pieces, and this team will come together. And I agree. He should have won Executive of the Year.
Any free agents, E-Dub, that you see that we could possibly get, or is Ansi into that? We got to get a big name and let's get him over here and try to build around this superstar guy. Is he a part of that train, or he's a part of the train of let's work collectively as a group and get value guys in here and let Quinn just coach them up?
Yeah, I don't think that there is one particular guy that you're going after who's like a big name. You're immediately decided that you kind of want to give Jalen just a shot, at least a year or two, to see what he has, right? Yes, the playoffs haven't been good, But go down the line of superstars. How many superstars have really balled out their first playoff series? Like, I'm willing to give him some right here and see, what he has. Maybe he comes back stronger next year. Maybe he comes back with water. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't discredit everything this team has accomplished just because you don't have a good playoff. Like, I've seen you don't got to do all that. Like, folks don't understand process. Folks don't understand process. Michael Jordan lost to the Pistons 3 years in a row before he ever accomplished anything. Folks didn't say, "Oh, let's get rid of number 23." But like, there's a process here. If you got to plan it, you have a lot of building blocks. So, like, I don't think there's a big name free agent that you go after. Spin wisely. I think that's the most important thing.
Smitty.
I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, Z, he's done. Yeah, he's done. He's done. But yeah, I agree with E-Dub, man. Don't spend no crazy money on a player that you're gonna have for 1 or 2 years. I keep seeing reports, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant. No. Keep building through the draft, keep, adding young talent. It worked for OKC, and I think the Hawks headed in that same direction. With a couple of pieces that you can see them as the next OKC. So yeah, I agree. Don't spend stupid money on nothing. Just keep building smart, which I expect him to do.
Smitty, can you go over the Falcons adding to the front office after the draft? Is it one name, two names?
Basically, all they're doing, Bryant Johnson was the last hire. Basically, what they're doing is retooling the scouting department. Guys that they've got, that work with the Eagles and the Bears, teams that they're familiar with, such as Ian Cunningham with the Bears and the Eagles. So all they're doing is just putting people around them that they're familiar with, that they trust, with the scouting college talent and CFL talent, just football talent in period. But it's no surprise. And one of the guys that they fired had been with the organization for 2 decades. But at some point, you got to make a change. And they're just, adding more scouting talent to, better this team and, taking in a different direction.
Coach, you got any questions for either one of the guys right now? I really want to hear what middle name you go give them. That's right. I'm asking.
Oh, I mean, it's not hard to find a middle name for Antoine Joshua Smith and E double dribble. I mean, it's not hard to find any name for them. They got it covered. I mean, they broke it down pretty much the way it's going. I mean, the way it's going, it's a simple thing. And then when you go back to talk about Ricochet, he got some things he got to get probably. But I think Smitty, I don't know if he said one of them said, I don't think he belongs with Atlanta. I don't see him being successful with Atlanta. That's just an opinion. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I said 1 + 1 is 3, so you never know.
I got a question before we go. I got a question for E-Dub.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I have a team in mind that I think Zach would fit with. Is there a particular team out there you think that his skill set would fit perfect with?
Off the bat, I want to say maybe Portland. I think those guys.
We on the same page. We on the same page. Go ahead.
It's Portland because of the skill set that he has and the type of team that they have and the type of team that they're building with Danny Avdija. They got our old guy, the Dap Master, Vic Krejci's over there. And I think that the type of skill set that Zach has, he would be really good in Portland. That's the first thing that pops in my mind is Portland.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going, because I'm looking at Avdija when he was in Washington. I said, man, he had the same skill set as Zachary Ricochet. European ball, big swing man that can pass, that can create their own shot and shoot from long range. So you see what happened when he got out of Washington. He goes to Portland, he becomes an all-star.
Yeah.
So
great minds think alike, my boy.
I knew, that's where I was going. Yeah. Go ahead, H.O., my bad.
You know,
No,
you know what's name will be back next year. Lillard will be back next year, so
he'll be 36
that could
next
be
year.
a
That's
potential.
36, and he probably gonna slow it down a little bit with those injuries, coach.
Hey, Doug, can you tell us how many picks the Hawks would have in the first round?
I do believe the Hawks will have. I know they're going to have the Pelicans, the best pick out of the Pelicans and the Bucks. They're going to have the best pick out of that, which is probably going to be top 10. And I think they have another pick in the first. I think they might have 2 first rounders.
22.
Yeah, 22.
2 first round picks. And what, in your opinion, what should they be targeting? Are we looking at the point guard or are we looking at the big man? Yeah, we got a top
best
10
man available.
Yeah,
I'm always on the best player available. You let the positions take care of themselves, especially in an era right now where you kind of play a little bit of positionless basketball. This isn't the 90s anymore. You know, you're not dribbling the ball down and dumping it into a center. All of these guys, they come out 6'10", 6'9", can dribble, they can shoot, they can pass. And so you get the best player available. Of course, the most coveted position in the league is a 3-and-D wing. But you're getting the best player available, man. Like, I personally like Debancia. I like what he brings to the table. I like the Boozer kid. I like all those guys at the top. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you get in it, if you can get that top 5, you can get one of them top 5 players, you really going to be cooking with grease. I ain't going to lie to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Since we traded Trae Young, and he was one of the franchise players. Do you think we get a benefit and mess around and get a top 3 pick? If we do, boy, we'll be in good shape, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
If we in the top 3 pick, honestly, going franchise or he going best? Is he going generational player, or you think he's going the best player available and let him blend in with what we already have?
That's a tough one because the top 3 guys, I think, are franchise. The top 3 players, maybe the top 2, are generational type players. But they're still going to come into something that has some building blocks, right? So it's not like they're going to come in and try to be the savior. You still have pieces here. You still have good pieces here. So they're going to be able to come in and not feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders, And so top 3, you're not going to be in a bad position.
Yeah.
No, because as I said, when he was drafted, when you got Jalen Johnson at 19, 20, in that draft,
19.
You saw what he did at Duke. He was a top 5 pick, but he had an ACL injury, so that's why he dropped. But you get a top 3 pick in this draft to go along with Jalen Johnson, you building for at least the next 7 years. You're gonna have a quality team around just those 2 players.
Duke.
Ain't that some? All right, Smith. Our running back room. Do you feel bad for Tyler Algier though? I gotta ask you that.
Oh yeah, I do. I don't know what they did to get him there, but it seemed like a Kirk Cousins move. Somebody lied, and they already have James Conner, Trey Benson, who's coming back from an injury. Then you add Tyler Algier, and now Jeremiah Love. Somebody gonna be the short man out. And the crazy thing is, James Conner just signed a 1-year extension with them. So I mean, I know it's gonna be running back by committee, but Tyler just ended up in the same spot he was in Atlanta, just with a little bit more money. So yeah, I was kind of pissed off about it, but what can you do?
Do you have a nickname for Bijan Robinson and Brian Robinson right now? Is it Robinson Fern?
I call him Highway 78 since that's a real highway in Georgia. 7 and 8. So yeah, Highway 78 is gonna be my nickname for them because they gonna be running some things. They gonna be running some things.
E-Dub say, long as you don't do it in Tampa, right, E-Dub?
Yeah, but them losing Mike Evans, I think gonna be bigger than anything. Even though I think he can be replaced.
I think they're quality ball players, and I think they're gonna do well for the Falcons.
Yeah. How big of a loss you think gonna be with Mike Evans? I just want to know this because you're a Bucks fan.
Yeah, for sure.
What's that?
I said I want you to get your thoughts on losing Mike Evans to the 49ers and how big that's gonna be.
Initially, there was anger because I'm a Mike Evans guy. I was there when he was drafted, but I know my team, and I know that traditionally we haven't done a good job allowing our legends to retire as Buccaneers. Nobody like Sapp, Lynch, all the old heads, aside from Rondé Barber, they all went elsewhere. And I kind of knew Mike was going to do that because he wanted another little payday. And I was happy that he was in a place that seemed comfortable for him. And so once I got over the initial frustration, I was happy for the guy. He was blood, sweat, and tears, Tampa Bay. And I was happy for the kid, man. So I hope he does well in San Fran.
Agreed.
All right, real quick. Your thought, we're going to talk about the Braves real quick in their hot start. I just needed to get you guys' thoughts on the baseball. How do y'all feel about the Braves kind of taking the pressure off the Hawks and the Falcons right now? Smitty, you want to start with that?
Ooh, boy, I absolutely love what they're doing, man. And to do it without two of their top pitchers is, amazing to me. And I was kind of questionable with Walt White's becoming the manager. But as I look back at it, when he started way out in Oakland, he was kind of a player manager there. So the experience was there. And we always talk about that the Braves are going to go in-house when they hire their next manager. So that's what they did. I think he was a first base coach or a third base coach when he was here the last time. So they just went in-house. I like his aggressiveness and the way he, the way he manages. Ronald Quinn got off to a slow start, but with Dominic Smith coming on, Ozzie Albies bouncing back, and even Perez, the way he pitched last night. So, the Braves have got off to a fantastic start, man. All they have to do is, just keep things steady until they get their top two pitchers back outside of Chris Sale. So if Swellenbach can come back and Spencer Strider, who I think is going to start Sunday, if they can pick it up and add more to that rotation, we may be looking at another World Series type team.
E-Dub, you're a baseball guy. What's your thoughts on the Braves starting off and the way they start right now?
Yeah, man. Well, I follow my Rays, man. So I'm over in the American League, but I keep an eye on the Braves, man. They're the home team, so I keep an eye on them. They are kind of like my number two kind of team. And like Smitty said, man, like balling without your top two pitchers is just crazy. Like they're just every night at the box score, you're looking at, they got another. They got themselves another one. So as much as I just look at it as equity. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting for your guys to come back. They're going to come back with a lot of good equity. So, like the baseball season, you're going to be able to lose a series here and there once you build up this equity in the beginning. So, I mean, they're cooking with grease, man. I can't wait till school gets out, like my school year finishes in like a few weeks, and go down there and catch the Bravos for the summer, man.
Yeah, take the kids down there and get one of them big old $43 hamburgers they got down there. split it 4 ways.
Are they $43? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, they something ridiculous. Yeah, I think it's $43 for that big. I don't know what they call it, but it's a monster burger. I think it's $43. Yeah.
Wow.
I got to give a shout out to Yandy Diaz of Tampa Bay, man. He got my fantasy team looking good.
Tampa Bay, man. He doing work, man. He doing work.
Smitty, you in the baseball fantasy league?
Oh yeah, me and my buddy do it every year, man.
Oh, look at Smitty. He doing the fantasy league in baseball. Okay.
Hey man,
Yeah, I got
do it
one.
all,
I don't
man.
really check on. I check on like once a month.
Yeah, man.
Baseball is much longer than football, so yeah.
Yeah,
you can
I
do it.
try to set my lineup for the week, and I come back and check it in about a week or two. I be forgetting. I don't be knowing half the guys on the squad. Like my dudes be injured. They be on like 60-day disabled list. But yeah, man, I'm in it too, man.
Coach, what about you? You in the fantasy baseball?
No, I try to. I do it. I'm a and anybody can believe it is fine. I'm on the PlayStation baseball. I play a full league all day.
What team you play with?
Fantasy, I forget. And
Be the show.
I don't play certain people because certain people that will remain nameless, my brother, who will go out and get guys that don't even play for the Yankees and put them on his team. I know you can do that, but I said, play with your lineup and stop stealing players. He'll go get Scooble and all those guys and put them on his team and beat me. And I just look at him like, I don't want to play you anymore. No, sir. You cheating rascal.
Coach, you be online playing. You be online playing against different users.
Sometimes I mostly play my brother every now and then. I used to play the Rev back in the days when we did the basketball league together, and he had Kaminga averaging almost 30 a game when he was playing. I don't know what he hyped into him, but yeah, I mean, I gotta tell people that is a nice stress relief for me to be able to kick back and play the game.
I agree.
And ain't nobody bothering you, ain't bothering nobody, and you have fun and you just relax and you take it easy. Now, I don't do like some of these folk, and I ain't gonna call their name either, throw their PlayStation against the wall when they lose. I know some of them others will throw it against the wall when they start losing. I'm like, that costs too much money, sir.
Nah,
No, sir.
PlayStation 5 cost way too much to be doing that.
I know that's right. Well, let's do it like this, fellas. Your favorite baseball player growing up. Coach, you go first.
Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. That was my dog. I love me some Reggie Jackson. I even had his candy bar.
I'm a diehard Braves fan, but shit, Griffin was my favorite player coming up.
Okay, I can go with that. E-Dub.
Dale Strawberry. And
My
I
man.
actually got to meet
That's a
Dale
good one.
Strawberry down in Tampa one year during spring training. My dad and I went to the Mets Hotel, and we ended up following Dale Strawberry. And it's a whole long story, but at the end of the night, I got my 1986 MVP Don Russ card signed by one Mr. Dale Strawberry. He invited me up to his hotel room to sign the card. Best experience of my life, hands down.
That's cool.
That's cool, right?
Did he
there. That's what I'm
invite
talking about.
anybody else with him?
There were some other guys in the room.
Invite
with
any
him.
ladies with him?
I don't know what else was in the hotel room. It was kind of an out of body experience to like an 11 or 9-year-old me, but it was to this day it is the best experience of my life.
Yeah, I can believe it. Oh yeah,
That's a good one right there.
Darryl was the
Can't
man.
beat that.
Yeah, Darryl was the man. He was one of my favorite players until Chipper Jones came along. So I'm with you on that, E-Dub, for sure. Darryl Strawberry had me switching to hitting left-handed. Believe it or not. Because his batting stance,
like this.
Yeah, his batting stance was so cool. I had to imitate it.
He was so quick with that bat, man. I used to bat like him too. I did the same thing. I'm left-handed, but I naturally bat right-handed. But once I saw Darryl, I started trying to bat left-handed just like him. I would try to hold it just like him, but I didn't have the bat speed.
Yeah, you talk about bat speed. You talk about Gary Sheffield, Darryl Strawberry. They had the same conversation.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Fella, we finna jump into some baller buses and boy stop, man, because this thing moving right along. E-Dub, you're welcome to stay along. Smitty, you're welcome to continue to stay along, but we gonna have a little fun right now. Ballers and busters and boy stop. All you gotta do is tell me who your baller was for the week, your buster for the week, and your absolutely boy stop is something that is like, really, did that happen? And then we got our question of the day. And I'm going to go ahead and give you heads up. The question of the day is your top 5 undrafted NFL players of all time. So just think about that. I already got my 5 because, of course, after the draft, I had to sit it down. And when you think about it, it's like, wow, I you know, when you think about who went undrafted and made the NFL, it's quite a few guys there. But we're gonna go ahead with our ballers and busters and boy stop. I'm gonna start out with the baller. Monique chimed in earlier, and we're gonna give the baller to her son, Noah Lewis, who plays left field for Louisiana Lafayette, the Raising Cajun baseball team. He hit his first home run 2 days ago, and come to find out he had a 2 home run game and 4 RBIs last night. So shout out to Noah Lewis for doing his thing. He a freshman at U of L in Louisiana, Lafayette. So shout out to Noah Lewis, man, for making a great impression and as a freshman on that baseball field. We look for bigger things. So y'all remember the name Noah Lewis. You heard it here on SRT. Hopefully the Braves are listening, because he's gonna be one of them guys that's I think the Cincinnati, the Dodgers, and the Giants were all trying to draft him out of high school, but he said his value was too big and they didn't want to pay the signing bonus, so he went on to school. All right, Coach, give me your baller.
I'm gonna go with Wembanyama, because again, he should not. I'm gonna push it as soon as they win or getting it a title this year. I'm gonna push a petition to have him either drug tested or tested for something, because when he knocked that boy ball in the 10th row yesterday, blocked that shot. That was just that's just stuff you don't see from a cat like that, and he moves so effortlessly like it ain't nothing. And just imagine the scariest thought of all, if he gained weight and get to be like Giannis size with that height. That's something that won't even be able to be stopped. He already hard to stop now. Man, he gained weight and get some muscle on him because he's paper thin now. But Wembanyama get my award.
All right, Smitty, what you got?
I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Braves. I'm gonna go Ozzie Albies, man. Coming back from injury last year, he started off the season hot. Gotten back to being himself. You know, he hit a home run right-handed last night, or night before last, and I think it's sky's the limits for him, man. Like I said, if Ronald Acuna gets back to Ronald Acuna, it's gonna take a minute, but Ozzie Albies has been showing us that he's the second best player offensively on that team. So we'll see, man. But Ozzie Albies, man, he's doing his thing.
He does. What you got? What you got for me?
I'm gonna go back a little bit. And I'm gonna give mine to one LeBron Raymond James not for last game, for the game before last, single-handedly bringing the Lakers back at the age of 97. And the boy he's throwing alley-oops to a child that came from his loins. Like what do you want the man? What else do you want the boy to do? Like he is just he finds new ways to reinvent himself even at this age. And I got to give mine to LeBron Raymond James.
All right. Now it's time for the Buster Award. My Buster Award goes to the NBA referees for making obliviously obvious that they want the Knicks to win, and they calling fouls after fouls after fouls on the Hawks, and it's ridiculous. And Scott Foster don't need to call another game in the NBA. He's absolutely he's ruining it. So the NBA referees get my bust award for just the way that they just making Atlanta Hawks be the example of sports and entertainment. All right, Coach.
Does anybody know Lester T. Jones?
Yeah.
Lester T. Jones was sentenced to 3 years and 5 months for embezzling $3.7 million from the Hawks. You a buster, dog. They're paying you good money, and you want to still try to steal money from the team?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Trips and trips and jewelry and cars and tickets to concerts. You probably could get most of that stuff free. Working for the Hawks, you probably could get that anyway, and you want to try to embezzle money. So for the next 3 years and 5 months, you're going to be embezzling cookies from Big Smitty. Well, I ain't going to say Smitty. I'll take that back. Big Cookie, Big George in prison. And you're going to be trying to trade off wash towels or whatever in prison. That's dumb. You got to be stupid.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
All right, Smitty, what you got?
I'm going back to the NBA, man. I feel like Detroit Pistons has let me down big time. I thought they finally turned the corner, but they got to get my buster for the week, man. They have played nothing like they have played in the regular season. So yeah, I got to go Detroit because I just knew that was going to be a clean sweep or a 4-1 win, and now they 1 win away from being knocked out the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I got to go Detroit Pistons.
E-Dub, you jumping in the car with Coach, or you got something else?
I'm gonna go, and I know he had a great game last night, but I'm gonna go Jalen Brunson because it bothers me, and I'll give an honorable mention to Josh Hart. It bothers me the amount of flopping that these two gentlemen do.
Oh my God.
You are just too good. And I was at last game, and the guys I was sitting beside, Raphael and my guy AR. I was calling it. I was like, look, he's either going to flail his arms or he's going to fall to the ground. He does one of that almost on 90% of his drives to the hoop. And it's so annoying. You're too good of a player to do that. Like, stop it. Like, you're ridiculous. So, like, yeah, you're going to get a bust. I don't care if he had a good game last
game. Yeah, he flopped his way to that 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And look, Karl Anthony Towns ain't far behind him.
Yeah, he's a good third, a strong third.
Yeah, so hell, I should have parked my car and jump in there with you. All right, my boy stop. Smitty, my boy stop is almost to what you were saying. The Magic go up 3-1, but the social media is making this about Jalen Durden versus Wendell Carter because both you dating Angel Reese and Jalen used to date Angel Reese. They're making it more about that than actually Orlando having a good team and just doing what they need to do to beat Detroit. I mean, it's off. That is my boy stop there. You know, how can you take away from what Orlando is doing by making it be about Angel Reese is in the middle, and Wendell Carter's out playing Jaden Durden right now. I mean, it's simple. They up 3-1, so you can clearly see it. But what does Angel Reese have to do with it? Just because both have, well,
because of the name.
A part of
That's
her.
all it is. It's the name. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, is this the kind of attention that she brings no matter what? She's not even playing and she's in the news because of Wendell Carter and Jalen Durden.
Yeah, that's why she's here.
Yeah. It burns me to take the attention away from the actual team that's actually playing team basketball because Orlando actually is a good team, and I'm pretty sure EW you can attest to how good and how underrated this team is, and I'm sure you're not surprised that they up 3-1 at this particular point.
Yeah, I am. I'm not really surprised. I am kind of disappointed in Detroit because Detroit is a city that is has a history of good hard nosed basketball, and to see them lose the way they are losing has to be the most disappointing way at all. Like they're just
Yeah.
getting out physicaled, and that was something you did not expect. A lot of people expected the Magic to be a top 5 seed anyway, and so the Magic doing well is not necessarily a surprise. But them out physicaling the
Pistons.
Pistons is something I didn't have on my bingo card.
Oh, I agree. All right, coach, your boy, stop.
Oh shoot. I guess it'll go to I guess Jared Jones always find a way to get on my boy stop with what he doing with George Pickens. Jerry, if you're not gonna get a man a contract right now, don't say nothing. If you are gonna give him a contract, give him one and move on. Don't be putting all this stuff because you're going down the same rabbit hole you did with Michael Parsons, and now you got another guy on your team who has got Parsons' agent. So you're gonna go down that rabbit hole again with those guys. And you know good and well you're not going to win anything without George Pickens. You're not going to win anything with him, but it does give you a chance. But you're not going to win anything if Pickens lead that team. So, Jerry, and then you got your son talking crazy. It's bad enough one of y'all motor mouth. Now, here he come. Same old, same old. I think Jerry Jones probably going to get it for the rest of the year. I don't know. He probably he qualifies himself every day. Jerry Jones again.
All right, Smith, your boy, stop.
I got to go back to the NBA again. This Kevin Durant news is starting to get irritating. It's starting to become a broken record.
Yeah.
You still in the playoffs and you already hearing rumors about another trade. When is this going to stop? He's 37 years old. What are you going to get for a 37-year-old aging superstar? I want to know. We know you need a point guard. We know you need other pieces to compete. But Kevin Durant, when is this gonna stop? When?
Yeah. E-Dub, what you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and give mine to the New York fan base. Like when they lost that game to go down 2-2, I spent the next day on Twitter and TikTok just watching the fans crash out like the world was going to end. And now they're just like, yeah, New York, like, stop it. Like, you guys are a joke. Like, you are a joke. Like, I can't wait till they're out of here. Like, yeah, if they might get there, they're probably going to get past the Hawks. But I really hope Boston packs them up in the next round because that fan base is just a joke to me. The way they walk around with so much entitlement, like they have won something within the last 50 years, right. And they haven't.
They just do.
Go sit down and eat some of that wide pizza that y'all have in y'all's Timberland boots because y'all get on my nerves.
Exactly, I agree. All right, let's go with the question of the day. Your top 5 undrafted NFL players of all time. Ace will go miss this, and he go. I'm gonna have to send him an email or something. So I'm gonna start off. I'm going Warren Moon, Kurt Warner, John Randall, Antonio Gates, Tony Romo.
Ooh boy,
Coach,
Tony Romo, huh?
I only have
Warner.
4.
Oh, you say go ahead, E-Dub. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I only have 4. I did a little digging, and mine was very similar to yours, Ho. I got Moon, I got Randall, I got Gates, but I'm gonna throw in James Harrison.
Okay, that's a
Yes,
good one.
sir.
I knew
Yes,
Coach
sir.
would go.
Mhm.
Coach popped up when James Harris.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Coach, go ahead. James Harrison and who else? Who's the other four?
Harrison, Moon, Warner. I think in Wes Welker not in there, is he?
Yeah, he's undrafted.
Welker. And you got I would go way back and date myself and say Dick Night Train Lane, but that's too far back for everybody. I ain't going that far
That's where I
back.
was going, Coach. That's where I was going.
I'll stay with
That's where I was going.
I ain't going too far.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it. Warner, Gates, Moon.
You got 5, Coach?
Yeah, I said Warner, Gates, Harrison, Moon, and
Yeah,
Welker.
welcome. All right, Smitty, what you got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got pretty much y'all got. I got Warner, Gates, Moon, Randall, and I'm gonna go Jesse Tucker for my 5th.
Okay.
Mm.
Can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with any of those. You just can't. So, Smitty, you being the football guy, which out of these undrafted free agents has the best story? Take Kurt Warner out of it because they got to move about him.
Yeah, working at the grocery store. Yeah.
Take Kurt Warner out. Who got the greatest story to you?
I said Warren Moon, man. Coming out of Washington, then going to the CFL, winning Grey Cups. They wanted him to play receiver. He said no. He gonna stick the quarterback. So he finally gets to the NFL in 84.
Mm-hmm.
So I say Warren Moon, and then he played till he was 44 years old. So I would say Warren Moon.
You know what? I was gonna say Warren Moon. Warren Moon is my favorite quarterback of all time. But after I heard this Antonio Gates story, he signed with Michigan State, and Saban was the coach, and Izzo was the coach. He wanted to play basketball and football. Saban said, "You only can play football. You want to go let him play basketball." Never played it down, never left, went to Kent State. And
Played both. He played in the NCAA tournament. I want to say.
and played both. And and you never heard of him on the football field because Kent State was Kent State.
Yeah, football power.
And the only time you heard of this kid was just in the tournament playing basketball, but then you look up years later, he is the number 1 tight end in the NFL. That's a crazy story. Somebody got to do a documentary on him for sure.
Yeah, facts.
Coach, you got any favorites out of those? Any favorite stories? What about you, E-Dub?
Yeah. I did look at James Harrison. How did he go undrafted? I'm just bizarre with all the ability he got.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of like the Warren Moon story because you got the black quarterback. You got the black quarterback element there. Of course, being a Bucs fan, I could never say Kurt Warner. Like it's always Kurt Warner in this house. Like, nah. That's why I had a list of 4, not 5, because bump him. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Moon, man.
Coach, I noticed you or E-Dub, but nobody else said Tony Romo. Are we mad at Tony Romo for some reason because he played for Jerry Jones?
Tony Romo overrated.
No. No, Tony Romo is a great analyst. He does his analysis. He studies.
There it is. How about that?
Overrated.
He overrated Smitty.
And
Yeah.
HO, I forgot about all
Who?
the team back in the days.
Yeah.
Go back to my Steelers cornerback, a secondary guy.
Yeah. All right, fellas, hang on around with us. We got one more thing to do, and then we out of here. Coach,
Okay, go ahead.
Let the fellas know what time it is, Coach.
I know a lot of folk don't like Stephen A. Smith. I like him. I think he does his job. He stirs up controversy, stirs up debate. And guess what he got? After all everybody get through, he one of the accomplished guys who went through the system, came up from nowhere. He ain't dribble a basketball or do none of that, but he got that bag. And that's what we coming into. HO got the fun bag. He got it for us.
SRT fun bag, go.
No. Think. Since you're thinking now, go on. Think. Is it fun?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Absolutely not?
Zero fun, sir.
Oh, funny. What in the world is in that bag? What you got in that bag?
Are we having fun yet?
Yes, sir. The SRT fun bag is here. I got 6 thought-provoking questions. You got 30 seconds to answer. This is the time where we really, really have fun. When we get this fun bag, you know it's time to get off the show and go play your Powerball number so we can actually win the bag instead of talking about the fun bag. So, fellas, we got 6 questions, fun bag time, and you got 30 seconds to answer. They're going to be very thought-provoking. You may not have heard these questions before, so just stay tuned. The first question. At what age was your first time taking public transportation by yourself? Coach, start him off, Coach.
I think I was 15. I rode downtown on the bus.
15? You might have ought to be catching the bus by yourself at 15. I mean, we started a little early.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Smitty. What you got?
I was 13, 13. Going down to the gold mine at the Omni.
There you go.
Me and my buddies. Yeah.
Well, Kaish.
E-Dub, how old were you?
I was grown. Like in Tampa, we didn't do public transportation like that. So I went to school, man. Like, I was like 17, probably when I went away to college.
Oh, okay.
I still don't do public transportation now.
Yeah, me either. Hey, Miss Carletta, she said public transportation not her thing. So believe it or not, I was 5 years old when I first caught public transportation by myself. Listen, I was a latchkey kid all the way live, man. Sat in front of the bus.
It was different back then, HO. We could get away with that.
Yeah. The bus driver already knew where to drop me off at. I didn't have to ring the bell or none of that. So, yeah.
Right.
All right. E-Dub, Carletta said, that's right. Nope.
I'm just going to say, they just threw it.
All right. So, this question is going to be a little personal, but, just bear with me. How do you properly put the toilet paper on the roll? Do you put it on the roll where you pull it from the back or you pull it from the front?
Pull it from the top down. Pull it from the top down.
Top down? Okay.
Yeah.
Smitty say top down. What about you, Coach?
Top.
E-Dub?
Top.
I don't really even think about how I put it up there. I just throw it up there, man. It could be top, it could be bottom. I don't know. Either way, I'm probably gonna get it wrong. So, like, whatever. I'm probably still gonna get fussed at. I put it up there though.
Right. You right. Either way, you gonna get cussed at. You right.
Let us say pull from the front. There you go. All right, here we go. Old school. What toy or game you wish kids today would play like you played back in the day?
That's easy for me. She go get a damn Nerf football or a football, just go out there and play throw up tackle.
Throw up tackle.
Football.
That's what I'm talking about, Smitty. Yes.
Football was always the go-to, in the hood. It was always. Kids will never know how fun it was till the street lights come on. They'll never know.
All right, coach. Did Coach freeze up?
Look like it.
Yeah. E-Dub, what you got?
Right. Just go outside, period. Facts.
Throw up tackle prepared you for a lot of stuff growing up with.
Facts.
Yeah.
I like Smitty's answer, but just to be different, I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go Tonka trucks. In my mind, moving earth and building construction with those trucks back as like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old in the dirt. Those were good times, man. Bring back the Tonka trucks.
And them things were built like steel, boy. They would never tell.
There you go, Smitty. Dad said throw up tackle and any hop or one hop in baseball.
Yep. Dad know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember that. Any hop.
All from all the way to the other side of the field and try to hit the bat. Oh,
yeah. I like that for sure. All right, next question. What food people always hype up and you don't understand why?
That's a good one, man. Wow. Much as I love food, but you got me quiet. Cause I eat some of everything. Man.
Coach, you got something?
Oh, I got it. Chitlins easily.
Oh, easy.
Why do people eat chitlins? Yeah.
I'm gonna get in the car with Smitty on that one. I'm with you, man. Sign me up for chitlins.
Chitlins. I'm going chicken livers.
I confess I'm old school like my grandparents. They had me eating it, so I done ate it, so I'm good with it. But yeah, chitlins, I don't see how they do it, man. They just the smell of it would turn me off. No.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Coach to jump back in. His Temu Wi-Fi must have went out on him. All right, we're gonna keep this thing going. All right, if you win Carletta said liver too. Yeah,
I'm old school. I'm living onion, so I done ate it with gravy. Yeah, I'm old school, so I eat it. Go ahead.
If you win the Powerball tonight and you get a celebrity chef to make you a celebratory meal, what would your meal be? Any meal you want to celebrate your winnings for the Powerball tonight. What would your meal be? What would you get your celebrity chef to make you?
I love Chinese food, so it'll probably be some hibachi.
Some hibachi?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm a steak and potatoes guy, man. So you can't beat a perfectly cooked steak with all the fixings. I'll probably go some potatoes, probably go some veggies, throw a little mac and cheese in there too. You know what I'm saying? But a good cooked steak, can't beat it.
Coach, we need to go back a question for you. What food do people overhype it? Huh? What food do people overhype that you don't understand why?
Liver.
All right, so yeah, we got liver in the chat. I call letter with liver and chitlins.
Mm-hmm. I say
so
liver.
This question is:
people talk about liver.
So this question is, what meal would you get your celebrity chef to make you if you win the Powerball tonight? What meal would you get them to make you?
Red beans and rice all day
For the whole meal?
with a nice there was
Fried
some
pork chop
chicken
with bone-in fried pork chop.
Smothered pork chop. Nice pork chop and some vegetables, some green beans, asparagus, something like that, broccoli.
Yeah, red beans and rice, one of my go-tos, but I can eat
gotta
that
have my
every
red
day
beans
if I
and
can.
rice now.
Yeah.
I love red beans and rice.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go old school with this question.
That boy, that's it.
We're gonna keep
in a
one,
minute.
we're gonna bench one, and we're gonna cut one. So keep, bench, and cut. Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man,
Oh, Lord.
Superman. Keep, bench, or cut.
Keep Spider-Man.
Keep Superman. Oh, go ahead, Smitty.
Keep Superman. Bench Spider-Man and cut the Hulk.
Okay. Coach.
Keep Superman, cut the Hulk. Bench the Hulk, cut Spider-Man. Little punk. My bad.
What you got?
I'm keeping Spider-Man. I'm gonna bench the Hulk, and I'm gonna get the Superman up out of here.
Okay. Get the Superman up out of there. All right, fellas. We always have a music and a money question. So here's the money question right here.
Uh-oh.
The money question is: you get 500,000 right now today. All you got to do is just show up and go get it. 500K. In 6 months, if you do the Billie Jean dance, the Michael Jackson Billie Jean dance, you get $1 million. Or for 1 year, you got to give up something that you love to get $5 million. Which one are you choosing?
I'd do the Billie Jean dance and take the 1 million. I can do that.
Billie Jean dance and take
Yeah,
$1 million.
I was doing that as a 10-year-old, so that ain't nothing.
He said, keep the Hulk, bench Superman, and cut Spider-Man. Okay, Carletta. Carletta said, what are you going to give up for $5 million after that 1 year, though? Got to give up something you love. Coach, which one you choosing?
The million. I try to do the Billie Jean dance. It may be the worst one in the history of dances, but hey, I'm gonna give it a shot for 1 million.
Coach, you gonna do the Billie Jean dance? You gonna have the glitter socks on
Yes,
and
sir.
everything, huh?
And I'm even tell her she's not my lover. She just a girl.
Okay.
Everything.
What you doing? Calculating over there?
Yeah, give me Billie Jean, man. Give me Billie Jean. I got that.
One. You Billie Jean.
I'm Billie Jean, man.
Hey, if I had the hair, I'd probably have a Jerry curl too. So yeah, we're gonna go Billie Jean. Yeah, I agree.
He said Billie Jean for $1 million. That's what I'm talking about. Hallelujah. All right, here's the music question. Atlanta's on. All right, it's a keep, bench, and cut. 112 Jodeci or the 112 Jodeci Jagged Edge.
Keep Jodeci, bench Jagged Edge, and cut 112. That's easy.
Well, first of all, I'm kind of appalled that you didn't lead the best group of all time in there as Drew Hill. But, you are kind of keeping it local, but that's for another podcast.
Yeah.
Give me the three again.
112, Jagged Edge, Jodeci.
Keeping Jodeci. I'm gonna keep 112 and Jagged Edge and get up out of here.
What?
All right, Coach.
Come on, E-Dub. Come on.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you what, man. And I like Jagged Edge, but like that "Let's Get Married" song, like it's played out, and if I hear it one more time, it drives me nuts. And that is the sole reason why I'm getting them up out of here. Because if I hear "Let's Get Married,"
you gonna take 112 over Jagged Edge.
I'm gonna take
and Jagged
112.
Edge has way more hits than 112.
That first 112 album with Cupid and all them other ones, it
That's a
bangs.
good one.
It bangs. Even the second one, low key got some heat. But what worked against Jagged Edge's factor, I'm telling you, is the "Let's Get Married" song. I hate that song with every fiber in my being. Like, what do you look like going up to a woman and saying, you know what? We ain't getting no older. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. What woman is gonna say, you know what? He's right. Might as well hit a woman with "might as well" and see if she come down that aisle. And maybe I'm overthinking it, but that song has been the bane of my existence for nearly a decade, and that's why they got to get up out of here.
Ooh, boy, I take it you don't listen to the radio no more.
I don't.
Yeah, this is why we call it the fun bag, because boy, we are having fun. All right, Coach, what you got?
Oh man,
I guess E-Dub done talk
I'm gonna go with
into
Smitty. I'm gonna go with Smitty.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. All right, the last question of the night. Last question of the night. I Dream of Jeannie, Brady Bunch, or who was my other one? Oh, Leave It to Beaver. Keep Bench and Cut. Brady Bunch, Leave It to Beaver, I Dream of Jeannie.
Keep Brady Bunch, bitch. I Dream of Jeannie. Cut the last one. Leave It to Beaver.
Cut Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah. Yeah, Diz, he tripping, man. He tripping. He tripping. Oh man.
Coach, what you got? Leave It to Beaver, Brady Bunch.
I'm keeping
Jeannie.
I'm keeping Jeannie just for that dance alone with that what she did. That's enough for me. She come out that bottle. That's enough for me. Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch. The Beeve can go. Hey Wally. What about no? You got to go. I don't do the Beeve.
Oh man, you cutting the Beeve? Come on, bro.
What you got? The Beeve.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna echo the sentiments of the guys. I'm gonna keep Jeannie. I used to have a big crush on that Jeannie boy. As a young boy.
See, there you go.
Listen here. You know what I mean? Keeping the Brady Bunch and Leave It to Beaver was a little bit before my time, so I'm gonna let them ride.
And crazy thing is, she's 94 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her. Yeah, she's still going.
All right, who's your biggest crush? I Dream of Jeannie or Wonder Woman?
Oh, Wonder Woman, without a doubt.
Wonder Woman, without a doubt. Oh yeah.
Linda Blair.
Wonder
Let me
Woman.
tell you something. If I saw Linda Blair right now, I don't care how old she is. Like,
Yeah.
Linda Blair was that woman, man.
Yeah. I done stirred some up. Smitty and E-Dub, they married. Coach, I guess it don't matter for you though. All right, Coach, spell acquiesce.
Yeah, ain't nobody. Wonder Woman. You not spell it already?
Oh, you did. My bad. I don't
Acquiesce.
think you spelled it right though.
ACQUIEESCE. Acquiesce.
There you go. All right, man. That's gonna do it for the show, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks, Smitty. Thanks, E-Dub. Thanks, Coach. You using it in the sentence. I'm not sure if you spelled it correctly though. But we'll go with that. Acquiesce. That's good enough. Matter of fact, I'm gonna acquiesce.
Okay, you want me to spell it again?
No, you good. Shout out, fellas, to all the fellas and everybody who tuned in tonight, man. I sure appreciate it. We're gonna pray for Asa to be safe as he's traveling for after work activities. Don't be drinking too much. If you need a ride share, please call. All right, Smitty, give me a shout out.
Hey man, I want to give a shout out to y'all, man, for inviting me to be a guest host on the show, man. Shout out to the chat, and shout out to those out there supporting Sports Machine, man. It's 16,000, man. Still trying to get to 20. I'll get there sooner or later, but yeah, we're gonna keep the thing rolling, man. Find me on Twitter, FatBoySlim_21, and find me on the Sports Machine daily, giving out, Falcon content and just sports content in general.
There you go. E-Dub, give it to me.
Hey man, shout out to the crew, SRT. It's always good. Shout out to my brother Smitty, always doing his thing. It's always good to see you, brother. Shout out to everyone supporting Hawks Beat. And shout out to everybody, man. Spread love to everybody, man. Shout out to all the haters.
Absolutely. Man, I really appreciate it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all flyer today. That was pretty dope that my assistant did. Putting that thing together. Yeah,
that was dope.
Yeah, it was a little busy, but it was still dope. I got to admit. With that being said, man, this is my main man, H.O. from Bankhead. R.I.P. Moms and Pops. R.I.P. BC. For me, Coach, Schmidt, E-Dub, Asa, Hancock, D-Will, and everybody who supports the SRT, especially the tennis. We appreciate it. And as Coach would say, Bob, go Braves, go Hawks, go Falcons. This is SRT, and we'll holler at y'all next week. We out of here. Peace.